MovieWeb.com.
Hey, I'm Jamie Philbrook with MovieWeb.com, and we're here talking to the cast and crew of the new animated Disney film, Tangled, based on the classic Rapunzel fairy tale. It looks kind of dangerous around here. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Here's what Donna Murphy, Mandy Moore, and others had to say about the new film. So let me begin by asking you guys, you both have musical backgrounds that you come from, but here you are singing the songs of the great Alan Menken, who's done so many classic Disney songs.
Unreal.
Were you intimidated at all? Was it nerve-wracking? What was the experience like for you guys?
I was a little nervous.
Absolutely.
I mean, you have a lot of recording experience. I didn't.
It's pretty insane to have the opportunity to sing an Alan Menken song, especially in a Disney film, in the 50th animated Disney film. It's like all of these amazing feats under one umbrella. It's pretty much all you could ask for, bucket list, as Zach likes to say.
I would, yes, check that off the bucket list.
Right, you can just check that off.
In this scenario, I would be Morgan Freeman, she would be Jack Nicholson.
I didn't see the movie, so sorry.
Well, is it difficult, sort of, because the characters are acting, they're telling a story while you're singing, so it's not just like recording a pop song, right? It's a little different. Is it acting and singing at the same time?
That was the challenge, I think, in this. Your muscle memory is sort of like, I'm used to being in the studio, and you don't really think about like what you're trying to convey in a song. If you wrote it, you know what I mean? It's sort of second nature in a way, but when you're the voice of a character, you're trying to make sure that you're infusing whatever the point of the song is, making sure that comes across, and trying to fit in all of these words into like such a short amount of time. I remember finding the first song that Rapunzel sings at the beginning of the film particularly difficult. It was a lot, but it's so much fun at the same time.
If I could use a superlative to...
Please
who are we
use
kidding?
a
I don't even know what a
superlative
superlative is. No, it's... When you're having to act sing, well, you've done
Act
musicals.
sing?
Well, yeah, like not just sing. Like you were talking about earlier. It's one thing to sing your songs, your words as Mandy, but it's another thing to sing as a character.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, we did our duet, and I felt really good about it. And then I saw Donna Murphy doing Mother Knows Best. I just happened to be there when she was doing it, and watching her in the ISO booth, and her just like. All this movement and Rapunzel knows best and all that, and I was like, man, why didn't I do that?
Yeah.
Why didn't I like
jealous.
really? I was totally jealous, but like Donna's this like total pro. I mean, she, Broadway for years, and I think she really wrapped her head around the idea of, even though it's not. They got a camera on you, so they're kind of getting your movements and stuff while you're doing dialogue and while you're doing songs, but it really does translate into song. It really does, even if they didn't, have the camera. You feel that in the voice, and I was just in awe watching it.
Hi. Welcome home, Mother.
Oh, Rapunzel, how you manage to do that every single day without fail. It looks absolutely exhausting, darling.
Oh, it's nothing.
Then I don't know why it takes so long. Oh, darling, I'm just teasing.
All right. So, Mother, as you know, tomorrow is a very
Rapunzel,
big day.
look in that mirror. You know what I see? I see a strong, confident, beautiful young lady. Oh, look, you're here too.
In the film, you really get to play sort of the classic Disney evil stepmother kind of role. And I was wondering, did you sort of take any inspiration from Cinderella, Snow White, some of those other classic films? And how did you make Mother Gothel different than those characters?
I don't think I consciously did, but it's in my consciousness because from my own childhood, I'm a stepmom, so anytime we talk about the evil stepmom, I always go like this because it is a sort of cultural cliche, if you will. And then I have a 5-year-old daughter, little one now. So I've been, Disney's been in my life since I was a child, and I'm experiencing it as a parent, watching with my child, and I love it. I've often said, gosh, if I never had a little one, I'd still be renting these films now. I'd hit some point where I'd go, if I'm not going to have a kid, I'm going to have to just rent all these classics anyway, because they're just amazing. And it's amazing to really see the whole body of work. But so those characters are in my consciousness as an actress, as a person. But I didn't feel like I had some template I needed to serve. The writing, which for me as an actress, you always go right there. You go to the source. And the writing to me was very, the character was complex in that she had a lot of different colors and dimensions to her. And part of that was just that I think a villain will go to any means to get what they want and need.
Garçon! Your finest table, please. You smell that? Take a deep breath through the nose. Really let that seep in. What are you getting? Because to me, it's part man smell, and the other part is really bad man smell. I don't know why, but overall, it just smells like the color brown. Your thoughts?
That's a lot of hair.
She's growing it out. Is that blood in your mustache? Goldie, look at this. Look at all the blood in his mustache. Good sir, that's a lot of blood. Hey, you don't look so good, Blondie. Maybe we should get you home, call it a day. Probably better off. This is a 5-star joint after all, and if you can't handle this place, well, maybe you should be back in your tower.
You know, the Rapunzel fairy tale in itself is sort of a short fairy tale. There's not a lot of, you know, stuff to it.
Right.
It seems that an important thing in this film would be to get her out of the castle and into an adventure, but at the same time mentally kind of keep her in the castle. Was that sort of an important thing that you were trying to do with the film?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Yeah, she does get out of the tower physically, but yeah, mentally, as you said, she's still locked in there. She still has all this guilt and all this, you know, stuff that's tearing her up inside, that's locking her to Gothel, who's kept her as a prisoner for 18 years. And like you said, yeah, the original story of Rapunzel is very, very small, and we tried to blow it up into something epic.
Yeah, you know, the movie had been around the studio since the 1940s. And, you know, once the movie's finished, you go, well, of course, you just get her out of the tower. But it took a long time to really figure out how to do that and just doing that. Because, like Byron said, the story is so small. And to watch a, you know, full-blown feature film that takes place in a room, it's kind of dull. So, that's what we did. We got her out of the tower and sent her off on this wild roller coaster of an adventure.
Something brought you here. Fate, destiny.
A horse.
Garçon, your finest table, please.
Who's that?
They don't like me.
Who's that?
Let's just assume for the moment that everyone in here doesn't like me.
Look out!
This is kind of an off day for me. This doesn't normally happen.
Go, live your dream.
I will.
Your dream stinks. I was talking to her.